a YouTube show, and usually we have thousands of people listening to the show, and the show is called VC Kitchen, where several venture capitalists listen to pitches, usually from their kitchens, but right now I'm not in the kitchen.
Okay.
And what we do after
so we
that,
are not allowed to join if we are not in the kitchen.
Oh, is it? I need to
okay.
shift my place then. I need to shift to the kitchen then.
We're cooking rather spicy food here, so usually we're very openly telling people if we like something or we don't like something. But both Igor and I are active investors. Oh, and by the way, we're already live, so people are already watching us.
Hi everyone.
Hi. Igor is with us. Igor, please show your lovely face, my friend. So both venture capitalists. Sorry.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Oh, here's Igor. Hi. So let me introduce, first of all, everybody who's watching us on YouTube and those who would be watching us. This is our 33rd VC Kitchen, and we have lovely startups from Singapore. And Lena, who is with us, you can see her on the screen, is helping us in the whole organization. She's actually the organizer of all of those things, together with Oleg. And we have Ori, who is part of the accelerator in Singapore, and we have Sergey in Boston. So actually, very interestingly, Sergey Gribov of Flint Capital is joining us, and Igor Ryabenkiy was with us just seconds ago, and then he disappeared. Igor,
I am with you.
I'm with you. You're with us in spirit.
No, because I'm just walking. I will be home in a minute.
Oh, good.
And I am in Vienna, by the way, today.
Oh, nice. You're close. I'm in Croatia right now. Although usually
neighbor.
Yes, pretty much, very close. You used to be part. Used to
be the same country.
That's right. Okay, so maybe Ori, do you want to talk for a minute and introduce the accelerator to us? And meanwhile, we would let your colleagues prepare and then give us pitches.
Sure. So I represent an accelerator called D.Lab, standing for Digital Lab, and we're a corporate accelerator inside Singapore Press Holdings. So Singapore Press Holdings, for those who don't know or those who watch us from Russia, this is a media company in Singapore, so we have newspapers and radio, but we also do digital business, and we have corporate VC funds. And a few years ago, this VC fund decided that it would be beneficial if we also had an accelerator that would help some of the startups incubated inside the venture capital fund with expertise, be it in design thinking or product market fit or pivoting or just general mentorship, right? We're definitely not hands-on with the whole portfolio. So if you go SPHventures.com.sg, you'll see we have pretty big portfolio. The accelerator doesn't cover everyone, but we work with ad hoc basis, those that are interested in help. And today we are very proud to be part of it. First of all, this is an honor. And we have two startups with us, FASTJOBS and 42 Race, and they're going to pitch.
Lovely. All right. Well, let's do this. But before we do, and Lena will prepare the next two. Yes, I think Augustine would be the next one. Let me very quickly introduce two of my colleagues. Sergey Gribov. He's based in Boston. He's a very active investor and partner at Flint Capital. Flint Capital is one of, I think, the best venture funds with numerous exits, numerous really great investments. And Sergey is smiling. You're muted, Sergey. You're on mute, I think.
Okay.
Probably.
Thank you, Igor.
Yes, you're probably. And another friend of mine, Igor Ryabenkiy, you saw him a few minutes ago, but he's walking because this is a very impromptu kitchen.
I get back for you.
Lovely. So he's Igor, you're on mute. Igor, you're on mute. because you were saying something.
No, I am not.
Oh,
I am
okay,
not mute.
good.
I don't know.
Good. So Igor is a
I'm not
very
mute.
active.
And thank you for intro. It is one of best funds, Altair, and we also okay. I know Singapore because I used to live in Singapore sometime, and this year we closed some investment in Singapore. First in our current portfolio, company Awesome. Maybe you know them. Okay.
Of course. I know them very well.
No, I mean for Singaporean guys, because the company is very active in startup scene, helping with opening company, running company, bookkeeping, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Great companies as far as I'm concerned. So Igor is running a very successful venture capital company, Altair, made much over 100 investments. He is also, besides being a very successful venture investor with also numerous exits, he's also very active, used to be a very active angel. So both Sergey and Igor are very experienced and very successful investors. So that's the audience. I'm a partner at TMT Investments, also used to be a very active angel. So together with my VC and angel investments, over 100 investments and close to 20 profitable exits. Let's now have, so we have 3 VCs eager to listen to you guys, 3 minutes for the presentation, and then we're going to give you our feedback. Let's start with Augustine, 42 race. And Augustine, please share the presentation.
I'm sorry. FASTJOBS is going to be the first one.
Good.
So yeah.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see it now?
Lena will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
So let me start. Hi, I am Hui Shan from FASTJOBS. We are a mobile-first job portal for non-executive job seekers, and we connect more than 1.1 million job seekers to trusted companies across Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. So the problem that we set out to solve in 2015 was the fact that there was a lack of non-executive job matching services tailored for the blue-collar non-executive space. And this group of job seekers basically are very different, and they deserve a tailored product. So what we did was we built a mobile app that allowed these job seekers to be able to browse jobs on the go from verified companies, and we made it very simple for them to apply. And we also surfaced the right jobs for them based on their individualized browsing history as well as their location. So because we're a two-sided marketplace, we also needed to make sure that the employers were able to respond very well to these job seekers. Not only do they get quick responses from these job seekers, they also get an average of more than 50 applications per job posting. And so we built tools to help employers save time to be able to go through these applications. There are automated questions that they can ask job seekers to be able to pre-screen them automatically. And shortlist and schedule the interviews with automated reminders. So these are some of our happy employers. Retail and food and beverage are 2 of our largest sectors, as well as warehousing and logistics. Over the years, we've gone beyond job listings to offline solutions, hiring fairs, curated courses for our job seekers to be able to reskill and upskill. And we've also launched a new product called FastGig that enables flexible work for our job seekers. So we're gaining traction in all markets. Singapore is on track to profitability. Malaysia and Philippines are in growth stage. We've seen 99% CAGR on our group revenue since September 16, and we're in leadership positions in all of the markets we're in. So in terms of applications for jobs, for example, in 2019, we saw 2x growth, and 2020, despite COVID, we have managed to maintain our numbers. Asia Pacific online recruitment space is a large one. And in Southeast Asia, where we're at, more than 85% of them are in blue collar workforce, which is the niche that we have in FASTJOBS. So this is the team. We're a strong management team with corporate and startup experience, both in product and tech, as well as in the sales and marketing space. So in summary, regarding this opportunity, we have an experienced team with strong business values, and we have a validated platform that's ready for deeper penetration. We have shown our ability to execute and to foster strategic partnerships. And we're currently in the early to grow stage. So for investors, there is a high potential to accelerate growth with high ROI. And in terms of, we're also looking for strategic investors. And we have a proven model of holistic internal partnerships that we can build further on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Igor, Sergey, feedback?
We actually have a company in portfolio called Job Today, which is doing very, very similar things. We #1 in Spain and UK. I'm not the guy who is on board there, but happy to take a look. If you send me your pitch deck, I'm happy to connect you to Andrew, who is a partner on this investment, and happy to take a look. But in general, it's I don't know. Do you know Job Today?
I've heard of them.
Look,
we've been on some panels.
It's a very similar model, basically fast-moving, super local, and it's like for most of the attraction is for small businesses, a lot of hospitality, a lot of food. So it's very similar. So it's probably worthwhile to kind of to connect and share.
Okay. Thank you for presentation. Okay, can I give you some? Ask you some questions about the deck. I didn't really get what will be competitive advantage. Just first mover, or market share, execution, or something else.
I think in terms of first mover advantage, that's a large one that has allowed us to be able to build the kind of strength that we have in the various markets. And also the fact that we have strategic partnerships in these markets. We are able to foster strategic partnerships with quite a few government agencies that allow us to really be able to get that credibility with both the job seekers and the employers as well. So that has allowed us to have competitive advantage against our other players in the market.
Okay, clear for me. By the way, I would tell Job Today, there are also similar projects in Austria, in Germany, I saw in US. So mostly this project, it's difficult to go global in this project. It is because to foster similar partnerships worldwide, there are already other players. And this is why I ask about advantages. So I believe it is the best way to become a local champion.
Okay.
Thank you.
One question, and I realize, of course, that you were limited to only 3 minutes, so you couldn't put everything into this. But one question: what are your thoughts on the exit strategy? Who would be the buyers of the company?
I think it's likely to be trade sale related company who are maybe possibly larger, or traditional recruitment agencies who are looking to gain an online presence.
Okay, but definitely my suggestion to dedicate at least a little space in it to the general exit strategy. One of the things that startups, in my experience, I don't know if my colleagues would agree or not, but one of the things in my experience that startups usually disregard, and they shouldn't, is the exit. They usually kind of talk about what a great business they have, what a great market, what a great product. And if they're good, they talk about the traction, but they very rarely talk about the exit. And you have to everybody, not only to the people who pitched today, but to those who are listening, you have to realize that investors' mindset is not just, I want to get involved in a great business. The investor's mindset is, how do I make money? And you only make money if the company sells. But anyway, it's just a general comment. Thank you. I think a very interesting pitch, and Augustine is next, and we're ready to listen to another one. So Liana, please give Augustine the right to share the screen.
Yeah, he can.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to share my screen now. Yep, I'll assume it's sharing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll start. Hi, I'm Augustine from 42 Ways. Health and fitness has always been one of the most important factors that determines our quality of life. We are here to improve the quality of life for the world by motivating people to stay fit and healthy through social stimulants, gamification, and exclusive rewards for our community. How do we do that? We create virtual events where people can take part anywhere and anytime. Through personal smart devices like smartphone and smartwatches, people can record and submit their physical exercises such as runs to our platform to complete virtual challenges and races. In return, they receive exclusive rewards like unique medals, e-badges, and exclusive sports products from global brands. Users love us because of 1. Social elements. Users can form teams with their friends and family, creating the social stimulus for them to exercise. Users can follow and encourage each other in 42Way's very own social network. Gamification, number 2. We add gamification to the exercises with beautifully designed rewards, badges, and progression triggers. There are leaderboards for the more competitive users to challenge one another. Through this, we have garnered over 250,000 users, and our biggest event has 12,000 users participating from around the world, from India, Mexico, USA to Germany. Our virtual events have appeared many times in Singapore national news and in the Singapore Book of Records. As these events are done virtually through our system, we can scale easily and expand to other countries rapidly. By providing great user experience staying fit with us, we have attracted many brands and corporations as well. Charities such as WWF and Sea Shepherds use our platform to raise funds and awareness. Corporations such as Seagate and KPMG create private virtual races for their staff to build team bonding. Global brands like ASICS, Skechers, Timberland encourage and use us to create their virtual races for their APAC marketing campaigns. We have seen amazing traction this year for our B2B product. The market size of the global fitness and health industry have been steadily increasing in recent years, exceeding $96 billion in 2019. COVID-19 has shown the world the importance of staying healthy more than ever. We are now evolving our product to capture more of our users' fitness journey, from fitness goal settings to finding the right equipment to even insurance. With this expansion, we have even more synergies with businesses, and we are looking forward to creating more value for our users. Our core team consists of like-minded individuals who are passionate about fitness and health. We come from a diverse background, and we are excited to be in this journey to elevate the quality of life for humanity. We love for you to join us. Thank you.
Nice. Colleagues, comments?
So a couple comments here. One, there are a bunch of different startups who tried that. I don't remember the names, but there are like lots of them. Yeah, so you need to put something about like competitive landscape, what people are doing, how you're different, anything, why you win against the others. That's one thing. Second thing, the market size, like every second startup doing it basically described as your market size, the total money spent on fitness, which is not exactly a total addressable market, because some of this market is gyms, some of this market is like fitness equipment. You need to specify market which you can actually catch. So if you capture like 100% of the market, what would be your revenue? Basically, that's your kind of total addressable market. Yeah, and also another thing, if you already have some serious traction, you should put somewhere numbers like retention, because that's the biggest indicator if you're doing something right or not. For this type of application, what's your retention, like monthly retention? If you have like 6 months retention, that's best. But basically, that's the key indicator every investor will look at this. That's kind of feedback-wise.
Okay, if I may ask question, so for me, main issue here, which I didn't understand from presentation, I hope I didn't overheard it, it is unit economics. So when you go to market, it's usually you buy users from social network, and then you should care about monetization. So I didn't hear this, how your economic looks today and what you think it will looks like in future. You know, and it is very important for such projects, because I would agree. I don't know how it is in Singapore, but it's plenty globally. There are many such or similar projects. Some of them use monetization, some of them just subscription based. I mean gamification. Some of them are just subscription based and so on. So this how you distinguish and what is your unit economy today and how you're gonna maintain tomorrow. It's important. And I would agree with Sergey that retention is one of most important metrics for such a business. So make sure to have it in your deck, in your pitch.
Got it. Thank you, Sergey. Thank you, Igor.
I would also add a few things. One important thing is you're definitely doing something useful and important. I agree with Sergey that lots of other companies did it. And in general, to everybody who's listening and viewing, I think it's always important not to disregard the competition, but just say, okay, here's what we're doing, here's what others were doing, especially when you're pitching investors, because investors go through a whole bunch of competing companies and they always have the same reaction. I had the same reaction as Sergey. Great stuff, but lots of others pitched me. And to what I'm plagiarizing comments by both of my colleagues, and to what Igor said, just for you to understand why unit economics is so important. But to us it's obvious, but it's because sometimes you see a really nice looking business, everything is great about it, but unit economics don't work. It doesn't turn into a business. It just keeps spending more than it could ever make. And as the business scales, it still stays the same. So it becomes a really serious problem. Sometimes you invest in a startup and everything is great there, but they just keep burning money and burning money and burning money, and they keep raising and burning money, and they don't show hyper growth. There are companies like WhatsApp or ICQ that were nothing but money burners, but they were showing, this vertical growth. And there are companies that don't have the vertical growth. So when the time comes for acquisition, the buyer says, yeah, nice company, but I'm just going to be losing money if I buy it. So that's another really important thing to say. I would actually take a look at this because I'm a sports fan, but I'm also kind of frankly a little skeptical because just like Sergey, I want to see how you're different from competitors. We looked into a whole bunch of a couple of dozens of fitness related startups, and they all seemed like good guys doing good things, but we just couldn't see how it becomes $1 billion company, which is what VCs want. Thank you very much for the pitches. One thing I want to suggest, if maybe we could stay for a few minutes and talk a little bit, because even though Sergey, Igor, and I like Singapore, and we've been there a bunch of times, and Igor even lived there in Singapore.
Yes, it was like 30 years ago, but I lived.
Wow.
I used to have office in Kallang Way 155, so I remember all this time. But it was when I started really global business, I lived there.
That's amazing. It was a totally different Singapore. I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah,
but
last time I was a year ago. It's
me too.
A very different country.
Yes. So the question to you, since we don't have that much, experience lately of living there, etc. How are you guys in general? It seems like there are so many smart people there. It's such a wonderful place. So many, great minds, great technologies, great finance, etc., etc. What's a small market, which is really great because everybody is thinking about international expansion. One question is, you have one giant rather nearby, China, and you have another giant, economy-wise, United States, pretty far away. When Singapore startups grow, do you guys think globally right away? Do you think more about Asia Pacific markets? What's the typical, startup mindset? How do you develop?
Right. I think I will just speak from my 42A's point of view. So we started off in Singapore, but we saw traction in our surrounding countries very fast, in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Taiwan. So we do have half of 250,000 of users are already from around Southeast Asia. And we know that from day one, we have to think outside of Singapore because yes, Singapore is a rich country, it's developed, but we only have 6 million users. Just not even talking about the huge giant in China. In Indonesia itself, it's already a very, very big market. And we do know some prominent VCs are saying that, hey, if you want us to invest, you must have a strategy for Indonesia because purely of market size. So for 42 Ways, we have always started to look at, okay, we are building a product, but yes, in terms of scaling, we must make sure that, hey, can we transit this very quickly to other countries as well?
I would agree. I think Southeast Asia is sort of the first port of call. Just larger numbers, but yet proximity, plus the fact that there tends to be a little bit less competition from global players. So that is typical. And if you look at the big startups in Singapore, they're no longer startups, but they've grown through that route. That's the route that they've gone. Basically, neighboring markets. There's a lot of interest in Indonesia for sure. More in Vietnam nowadays, I think. Thailand as well. Yeah. So.
Colleagues, any questions to the guests? Maybe Ori, who is one of the people running an accelerator there.
I actually have a question, but to Igor Ryabenkiy, because as he lived in Singapore, so I think that for our audience, it may be interesting to learn how different is VC and startup scene there compared to Europe and America. So maybe you can tell us a bit.
Look, when I lived there were no startups. It was 1990. Could you imagine? You were not born. So, okay, I was in one trip, not as tourist, but last year I get business meetings, and I met. It is quite vivid scene. Mainly projects have local approach, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, and around, because Singapore itself has very tiny market. It is advantage. And I went from Israel. I know that there are good connections also to Israel technology to be deployed by local projects for local market. And basically, we invested just in one project recently, which was relatively easy because it is a Russian-speaking founder whom I know from Russia 8 years ago. And we looked at several fintech projects, mainly from Singapore, and I see that fintech projects really emerge there. Again, they mainly target local markets, but local markets are not small; they are rather big. So I believe it is a very perspective region, a very perspective market. I would be glad to get a look to projects more in fields where Altair is active, which are fintech, digital health, productivity tools. It is our areas of interest. So for this program, I'm quite interested to be informed. Currently, we try to work with some partner funds in the region, but okay, with accelerator or guys, please be in touch, take our coordinates, and we will be glad to speak and probably to invest.
Thank you.
All right. Well, maybe the guests have any questions for us. We're happy to answer any specific questions to Sergey, Igor, and myself. All right. Well, thank you very much. This was just a short VC Kitchen. We're always happy to hear you. I just send the link to our guests in Zoom, where we will be, where we are actually right now on YouTube, and then we'll be there recorded. Hopefully, Lena and Oleg would be able to get your contacts and share with us. Seems like very interesting presentations. We're much appreciated. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you in. It looks like maybe there was a question, or no? Oh, no. Was there? Okay.
No, it's okay. It was a question related to one of Igor Ryabensky's sort of comment about local versus global markets.
Do you want to? Yeah, please ask.
So Igor, thanks for the comment about looking at it versus local markets versus global markets. I just wanted to get a sense from your point of view, Like when you're looking at investments, does it have to be a global sort of addressable market that you're looking at, or is there a difference when you're looking at sort of the businesses that are focusing more on local markets?
Look, for us, we certainly prefer global projects. It is for sure, and we are mainly in because for local projects, for us it's more difficult to understand exit policy. We tried a few times to invest locally. Say when we invested in Awesome, for us underlying was that after Singapore market they went to UK, so we understood why we wanted. In case of your companies, why I tell that it's better to be local, and for you local is not Singapore, for you local is quite big market, I mean, around. Because I didn't really hear like bright competitive advantage comparing to players whom we know. And this makes it more difficult to compete globally, because you come without unfair advantage of being local, having local connections and partnerships, and you just should mainly compete with your product features and business development abilities. This is why I tell, okay, in this case, it's better to become number one here than number 100 globally. It is my view. For us personally, okay, if we will see that market is quite big, so if you cover all the region and grow fast and have possibility to cover and become like a number one regional, big region, not Singapore, but big region of Southeast Asia player, it is also what we can consider.
Thank you.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much. I think it was a very unusual 33rd VC Kitchen. Please come back, and we hope to see you soon. But for those who speak Russian, we'll have the 34th a little bit later tonight. So hopefully you're going to see Igor and Sergey and me.
Okay, soon. A little bit later, you mean in half an hour or when?
I think an hour and a half, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I'll email everybody. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.